I'm the lawyer Sergio Oliveri from The Token. Today, I would like to follow up on the previous installments of these wisdom pills that we researchers of this blockchain tax law research laboratory try to provide to entrepreneurs. I'd like to start with a presentation of this wonderful statue on which, as you can see, there is the world, the earth that revolves, driven by a vital energy. We could pretend that this statue represents the Greek titan Atlas, who is condemned to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders. The mythical Atlas is a perfect representation of the modern-day company, of a modern-day entrepreneur, rather. Today, he is called to have on his shoulders a series of weights, constraints, bonds that prevent him from growing, from progressing, and, above all, from thinking about how to improve the performance of his company. The blockchain, as we previously discussed, allows him a unique advantage compared to his competitors. Its self-referential qualities are able to certificate the intrinsic qualities of its products, which would be impossible to prove otherwise, and therefore has an important impact on the value of his company. Today, we will see how the blockchain can also be used to create a series of barriers to prevent others from attacking the entrepreneur's liability. You all know that the blockchain is a timestamp that is inserted in a shared record through distributed ledger technology, which allows the user to timestamp data in an immutable register. This data can originate from a machine that enters the data itself through certain devices, or it can be related to the insertion of a document created by two parties who intend to definitively record the time and space in which the document was generated. From a technical legal point of view, the proof provided by the blockchain, as shown by the slide you are viewing, becomes subject to the discipline referred to in Article 2702 of our Civil Code, since it's possible to connect a timestamp and blockchain with the IT documents regulated by the Digital Administration Code and the EIDAS regulation. This is very important because from a probative point of view, entrepreneurs often have difficulty defending themselves in the event of an accident at work or of a tax audit, and in general, in all those cases in which the burden of proof lies with the entrepreneur and not in the subject who, in the case of a public administration, should attack him. You know well that the public administration starts from the assumption that the entrepreneur is guilty until proven otherwise. If the entrepreneur can prove the irrefutability of the evidence that he presents to defend himself, though, then he doesn't need to fear that his evidence may be denied in court without the need to travel rough roads such as technical office consultancies or appointing witnesses whose credibility can also be questioned. Another very important element that I show you in the slide I've attached is that the cryptographic signatures are comparable to those regulated by the CAD, as I said previously, because the DPCM of 22 February 2013 at Article 55 establishes the principle of freedom of creation of advanced electronic signatures, which gives the entrepreneur the possibility to use any form he deems fit to demonstrate the certainty of his data. Another very interesting way to use the blockchain in the probative field is undoubtedly that relating to corporate compliance, which, as you know, can interfere both in the relations between the shareholders and in the relations between all those who are part of a company organization, such as the board of directors or the mayors. They're all often involved in events that relate to two macro problem areas. The first related to the manifestation of the will of the shareholders in the context of the company meetings. The minutes of the meeting, after all, are often a subject of judicial dispute. It may happen that the shareholders' meeting book, the book where the contents of a shareholders' ordinary meetings are transcribed, is lost, or maybe a shareholder who has expressed a will in approving a budget may decide not to subsequently ratify this manifestation of his will. But if all these events are transcribed in the blockchain at the time of their occurrence, we can dissolve any doubts about their authenticity immediately and prevent anyone from claiming that the data is wrong or was previously forged. The blockchain can be used to certify the minutes of the meeting so that everyone can be certain of when and where the meeting took place and who was effectively present. And we can do the same to both the financial statement and the information contained within it, ensuring that all communication to the shareholders and back is both true and indisputable. The world of possibilities this opens up is truly endless. We conclude our brief review here for now, and I bid you farewell to our next installment. I wish you all a very good day, and I hope to see you again soon.